Alright, hey guys, my name is Johnasson. You can also call me Coach John. And now in this video, I'm going to teach you how to coach someone, how to transform from a player to a coach. I have interviewed some coaches to help you and gain more experience. Thank you. Hey guys, we're going to teach you how to coach someone. Here is my dear friend Ryan, and he's a basketball player, and now I'm going to coach him how to shoot. He's barely know how to shoot and have little experience in shooting. So before you start teaching him how to do it, I want you to know that his weakness and his strong parts. An analysis. Let's just say if you have a camera, I recommend taking slow-mo videos or photos of him of doing the shot and then analysis it. Make sure you know the shooting form yourself and correct them. Hey guys, I'm now interviewing a professional varsity basketball coach, Coach John.
Yes.
And now I'm going to ask him some questions. So can you specify on what you coach?
This year at SAS I've coached varsity girls basketball, and I enjoy coaching both boys and girls basketball, and I've done that my whole career, kind of switched back between boys teams and girls teams.
Cool. So first of all, obviously, do you like coaching?
Yeah, actually I come from a line of coaches. My family tree has a lot of coaches, and so I feel like the saying goes, it's in your blood, because my grandfather was a high school American football coach for a long time, as well as my uncle, and now I am. So we call it I'm a third generation coach in my family.
Cool, that's really cool. So why do you want to, how did you become a coach?
How I became a coach was, well, basically I'll start with saying when I was 5 years old, I started playing basketball, and I played till I was about 20 years old. And in university, when I was trying out for the basketball team, I had the opportunity to stay with my university basketball team as a practice player, and I would have to work 2 or 3 years towards making the full traveling team, the official team. And at the time, I needed to get a job to afford my other expenses in college, so I had to end my playing career at that. But as soon as I stopped my playing career, because of my family background in coaching and my love for basketball, I started volunteering at a high school in that area right away as a coach. So as soon as my basketball career ended, my coaching career soon started.
So do you enjoy now all the coaching experience you have?
I do, and I think that helped me being like a 20-year-old, getting coaching experience at that young age. And now as an international school teacher, when you think you're going to move schools and you go to a job fair where you're interviewing for other positions in other schools, they ask you, what can you do other than teaching at our school? So now my long experience in coaching, I can mention I coach basketball as well as all the other CISA sports I coach too.
That's really cool. So when you coach or try out for a few students, do you value talent more or skills?
That's a good question. I think good coaches know you have to look for what skill level people have. But also I've been on many teams and I've co-coached with a lot of coaches that look for something called coachability. And coachability in a student or in a player is the mind frame that you will take advice and trust the adult that's coaching you and take that advice and work very hard at it. And so some players, the opposite of that is being stubborn. So some players are really stubborn. You might give them advice that will help take their game to the next level, but they already think they're so good that they won't even listen to you. So another part during the tryout process that I've always thought is important is skills matched with this word of coachability. And it's something that's pretty hard to look for, but when you see it, you know what it is. And a lot of times during tryouts, coaches might go up to a student and say, could you try this for me? And then they might watch them the next 10, 20, 30 minutes and see if it's kind of like a hidden test to see if the kid's actually taking that advice and implementing it. And if the kid doesn't, then you kind of wonder, maybe they don't have too much coachability.
So how do you analyze people's different layers and different how skillful they are?
Well, it kind of depends on what level you're looking for. You're talking about middle school or high school?
Mostly middle school.
In middle school, what you're hoping for is that students during their elementary age have a foundation of skills, so they know the basics. And that's the basics. You can kind of look for 3 phases of the game: shooting, dribbling, and passing. And you look for technique. So are they bending their arms the right way when they're passing? Are they knowing how to catch and hold the ball when they're shooting? And what type of dribbles are they doing? Do they only dribble with one hand? Do they dribble way too high or way too low? Or are they more developed so they can do different things dribbling? So at the middle school level, you're just looking for that basic foundation, and then from there you can give them more advanced skills to help their own game and their own talent.
Alright, so when you coach, this question first, have you ever made a major achievement or won a major league before?
Yeah, one of the things I'm most proud about is I spent 3 years working in Saudi Arabia before coming to Shanghai. And the first year I got there, I was working at a school that went from kindergarten up to grade 10. So at grade 10, we kind of call that the JV level, or sometimes internationally it's called a U16 team. So I coached a middle school team of U14 and a high school team of U16. Well, out of my 3 years there, in year 1, the U16 team didn't exist. There was players, but they had never been coached in a way with organized basketball to compete. And over my 3 years there, by my final year, we got to our conference final in both divisions, and one we had a very heartbreaking loss, and the other one we won our conference that year. So I thought that was a good sign that it's called building a program, which is knowing how to identify talent at your school, make sure they're interested in basketball, and organize them in a way so that they can be successful.
Alright, so just as you said, when you coach the students, do you feel connected, Like, so when they feel something, you feel it too, and you want them to improve and kind of help them?
Right, so one of my philosophies as a coach is to identify roles for players. So it's not, I know, like when you look at the NBA, everyone wants to be Steph Curry. Everyone wants to be the scorer. But in the reality of a good team, not everyone's asked to score. So I want to tell players, I want you to be a good rebounder, I want you to be a good defender, focus on a few things or several things if they can handle that. And I think through that open relationship, for me telling a student, I think you're going to be good at that, I think that creates a bit of a bond in a relationship right there where you can use that to talk about other things outside of basketball too.
Can you tell us more about your coaching style?
Sure. One thing that's really important for me is kind of like, it goes along with this connection, but I think it all kind of comes down to communication. So I want players that play for me to know, like I said, what their role is, what their expectations are. And I also try to teach character traits. And so I usually make practice plans off character traits like communication, or how to be competitive, how to bring enthusiasm to the game. And so these key phrases or character traits I try to implement in my practices and talk about them during the game, pre-game and post-games as well. So to me it kind of comes down to communication and also something called diffusion of responsibility, which means me as a leader of the team, I can trust other people to handle different situations in different ways, and I think that creates something called trust where it's easy to talk about when things go wrong, it's easy to have open discussion about them.
Alright, so as a coach, how do you or in what ways do you inspire students or players to keep playing basketball?
Well, I think to improve, I think that's basically up to the student's work ethic. I think like talking about communication, one thing I would do is tell them, I'll give you as much as you want. So if you only want 2 dribbling drills, if that's all you want to handle, I'll give you 2. If you want 12, I can help you with 12. So I think talking about how much they're actually wanting to work at it is something that I can be there as a coach. And I know people are really busy, so for some people, learning one skill, that's going to really help them. That might really help that player achieve a goal on our team. For others, they could probably handle more.
Alright, final question. Do you think you're successful and you inspire and left a legacy to those students you coach?
I hope so. I mean, one of the things I think to teach character traits, one reason I do that is because I believe that you can use them in all different parts of life, whether it be academically when you grow up, your job, or even in your personal life. I think I inspire kids to try to get better at things and kind of teach them that. And the thing I like about basketball is you can play it for your whole life. Like I could still play it, you can coach it, and it's not one of those activities that you usually just stop doing or you get burned out doing. And I always tell players too, you don't need much space to practice basketball. If you have a hoop, it's helpful. If not, in 3 meters by 3 meter square, you can do dribbling drills, you can do passing drills if you have a ball. It's really easy to pick up a basketball and play it anywhere. I even know people who were just, anywhere they went, they would travel with a basketball. The point guards would just be dribbling. They take it on the metro, they take it down the street, they would take it on stairs. And so if you're carrying a basketball, you can be practicing, you can be getting better anywhere.
Alright, thanks.
Alright, thank you.
As you saw in the interview, each coach has its own coaching style. Whether it's even more direct, quick, but official, or a more curly way but beneficial. So I want you not to focus on the player's status, but focus on your coaching style and how to improve them. When you think of how to improve your coaching style, it will automatically help improve the team members. Do not focus on physical terms of their team members. First of all, being coach, one important part is to focus out their mental stage and develop on their mental stage so that they can improve. Hey guys, right here, this is a professional coach named Scott. He teaches SCS high school basketball, and now I'm going to interview him as a coach. So, what do you coach?
Coach you.
Obviously coaches me. I'm a basketball player. So, do you like coaching?
Yeah, I like it.
Cool. So, why do you want to be a coach?
Because I love basketball.
That's simple answers there. Okay, so in what ways do you inspire the basketball players to keep playing?
You don't want to lose.
Oh, okay. So you inspire students by making them lose?
No, you don't want to lose.
Oh, so we can figure out ourselves, yes. So, how would you describe your coaching style?
Emotional. Yelling. Yeah, it's like this.
So, can you tell us about your coaching experience? Do you enjoy it or do you like it or not?
Yeah, I coach some high school, coach 12 teams. Coach high school.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
So you're enjoying coaching?
Yeah.
So, do you think you're a successful coach to all the players?
Not really.
So, if you think that you're not really the best coach you can be, how do you try to improve?
Watch a video, watch a book, read a book.
Mm-hmm. So physicals, and you're gonna try to be better.
Yeah.
Cool. So you know how each basketball player has its different skills?
Mm.
How do you analysis and find out those skills?
You mean find out the player's skills level?
Yes.
By your experience, you see, you know.
So when you take players into a club or high school, do you value skills more or talent more?
Personality more.
Personality, so attitude.
Yeah, no. If you want to compete.
Oh, so desire to play basketball.
Yeah.
Do you feel connected to the players you coach?
Yeah, but still can be better.
Alright. So one last question.
Yeah.
Well, actually two. What drills do you give students usually to help them improve?
First, you need to handle the ball. If you can't handle the ball, you can't. Second, you need to shoot the ball. If you can't shoot the ball, you can't win the game.
Alright, one last question. Do you think your students and players are successful in the future if you coach them?
Hopefully. Yeah, I think we will.
Alright, thanks.
No problem.
Hey guys, so this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and thanks this guy right here.
Okay, so Coach John taught me a lot of stuff in this video. So you must watch this video to learn about coaching.
Alright, thank you.